Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel. I love the fact that the June 2025 card kit arrived in the mail. Oh, look at that. Hey friend, I never looked at the bottom of these. This is my second one. But this arrived in the mail the other day, and I'm finally be able to jump on and record a video unboxing. So let me pull you in real quick and you can see all the things that come with this incentive. So we start out with up here in the left hand corner, and Gina K went through this. She had a big release party. So up here we have, let's use my little, up here we have this fun stamp set. It's called Next Gen. This whole card kit's called Relax and Have Fun. If it's still available, I highly recommend running out and jumping on her website. I'll have a link down below and grabbing it. But it's got coordinating dies to cut all of these out. And I haven't made any cards with this kit yet, but I have started cutting out and coloring in with colored with my pencils, my colored pencils and Gamsol, and that's what I'm working on. I'm getting a bunch of elements done, so I love to do that. Then we also have over here, so hey, why don't I do this? I have it over here. Here is the stamp set with the dies. Oh, now you're in too close. Whoa, sorry about that. Okay, back you out just a smidge. So I got the dies. Oops, I have it upside down. But I just love everything in this set. You've got this iPhone here, and you got the bubbles that you can stamp on there, and you have a bunch of little sayings. You've got some emojis. Then the thing I love about this is last month's stamp set that was included in the kit. It was called Mr. Fix-It, and you had all of these masculine brother, dad, father, in-law, babe, husband, grandpa, and now she's including cousin and nephew and niece, son, boy, girl, daughter, bro. She needs a bruh. My nieces use that all the time, friend. But it's got a bunch of really cool elements. So let me put all of those back together. Put them in where they belong. Otherwise, I'm going to lose this. So I'll slide them back into their plastic later. And then up here on the right hand side, you've got this wonderful silhouette, and this is called, what is this called? The Great Outdoors. Now there's no coordinating dies with this, but it's really, really fun. So if you enjoy the outdoors, you've got golfers, little golf tee, not tee, that's a flag. You've got a bag, golf bag right here, birds, various birds, some trees, fishermen. You got a lady and a guy, fisherman. You've got cyclists down here. This down here is like rocks along a shoreline. Then you've got a couple different mountains. You've got some flat and a little bit of rolly and some little fun sentiments. So I can't wait to make the sunset card that I think I promised some friends a while back, several weeks ago, that I would make. And if you hear my fan in the background, I apologize. I am on the second floor in my studio. It's super hot outside and I'm dying. I've got to have a little bit of airflow. So let's continue. So this 4-piece layering stencil, Happy Hibiscus. Yep, Happy Hibiscus. Gina K Design, or Gina K Designs. Why can't I talk today? I mowed the grass and I think I'm suffering from a little bit of heat. She demonstrated it. This is not my favorite design, I'm going to be honest. A lot of people love this. This floral is just not my cup of tea, but I'll have to put some cards together with this one. And then the gift this month was this beautiful little Spice of Life stamp and die bundle. It is so, so cute. You've got all the different spices, and the die set is for all the sentiments, and then this little floral frame. And then all of these little spices fit inside of here. And Gina, she demonstrated you could do little spice packets and just lots of fun little gift ideas. I can't wait to ponder this one and figure out what I'm going to do with it. In addition to the release of the card kit, Gina K does incentive stamps. So if you spend, I think it's $75 on her website, excuse me, you get a choice of 3 different incentives. And last month, I'm finally catching up with the incentive stamp and getting some projects done. This was the Thankful Magnolias, and with the incentives, you get the stamp set as a choice of a free gift, and then you have the option of buying the coordinating dies, which when I first started buying or receiving these incentives, I didn't realize there was a coordinating die. So I've got some that I've missed. So now I'm very, very careful about making sure when I pick an incentive, I put the coordinating die. So this is the card I made with this Thankful Magnolias. I stamped on the inside, and I've colored these with Gamsol and colored pencils. And this is me following along with Gina K while she's doing her master layout series. This was Master Layouts 14, and this is the sample that I went off the reservation with. So I had a lot of fun with this one. I was not a colorer, and I have found that I just love coloring with colored pencils and Gamsol. It is so easy, it's relaxing. I can sit in front of the TV and do it. So it's just a lot of fun. So for this month, she's got 2 different incentive stamp sets, as well as, let me see if I've got one handy. I do. A pack of 20 sheets of layering weight cardstock. So there's usually 2 stamp sets and then the cardstock for your $75. And as you can see, and I did pick up the coordinating dies for this. I just got this today, so I have not had a chance to break it out and actually use it. I'm really excited about this one. Somehow, I've always gone for florals and serious and never these fun little things. I'm really looking forward to doing this fun thing. And then the other stamp set incentive is this Gentle Geranium, and this is a really pretty stamp set, although the glare, you're not able to see this really well. So I've done some playing around with this. We're going to use this today in the sample I'm going to make, or the element I'm going to make. And I did pick up the coordinating dies, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that out. But oh good, I've got some white cardstock here. I did some samples here, and between the samples, I'm testing out this, on the right hand, this Strathmore Bristol Super Smooth cardstock. It's not a true watercolor, but it's really good for the smooshing technique and colored backgrounds. Then I also tested a true watercolor, and to be honest, I really, because we're going to do watercolor, and I am not a watercolorist by any stretch. I think this is like maybe the 6th or 7th time I've attempted to do watercolor, and I actually had a lot of fun with it because I watched a video by Lisa Hetrick yesterday, and I like her method. She's a true artist. I'm just a artist hack. So these two, let me see. Yep. So on the right hand side, let me move those aside. Right hand side here, this is the Strathmore. And I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. The watercolor did really well with it. And the left hand side was the true watercolor. Both turned out really well. You could see a little more of the watercolor in here, the drops that I used, and this was a little heavier ink application. I'm not a watercolorist, so I don't know all the terminology, but I like the fact that I got some variation in this one versus this, and it could be just my application. And then here, I was just playing around. This is the Strathmore. I was just playing around with some different colors. I kind of liked the peachy. I can't remember. Sun-Kissed Coral is what I used. So, oops, just saw one of these little backings from the little foam squares. So these, all of these, I just took the black onyx, actually it's the obsidian amalgam ink, and heat set it. I didn't emboss it. This one I embossed, and I'm gonna be honest, I really like, see that little shimmer there in it? Yep, you can get all of it. I like the fact that it kept all of the ink inside the lines, and I really didn't have to worry too much. So we're going to do a little bit of embossing today on the sample we're working on. And like I said, be kind. I'm not a watercolorist. This is the 6th or 7th time I've watercolored. I just had a ton of fun with Lisa Hetrick's technique, and I just wanted to share and make another one of these because this was fun. So let me just set this, switch you back to the entire space because I'm gonna need it. And get this little guy all ready to go. I was having fun making backgrounds yesterday. So my mat is very well loved. Certain colors stain, and it just is what it is. I'm learning to let go of that part of my OCD. And I'm going to use the amalgam ink on this. Let me get my embossing. Oh, I need to peel this up because I want to get my little embossing buddy. I don't want to do that on this, and that means I'm going to have to do this again. I don't do a lot of embossing, so I'm way outside my depth on this, all of this. And we're going to use, like I said, the obsidian amalgam ink, and then I've got some clear embossing powder. I need a bigger desk, but that's not going to happen. And I'm using the Misty because I'm going to do this several times just to make sure I get lots of coverage down here. Yep. Because it's the watercolor cardstock, I found that I had to do this multiple times. In order to get the ink to adhere properly. Okay, in the center there. Trying not to smoosh the ink down, but at the same time, I'm going to do one more time. One more time. I just want to make sure we get good coverage here. And yes, we do. So let me cover this. Get that out of the way. Get my clear embossing powder here. This. Get this at least covered, and then I can clean up my stamp. See, yep, that's good. Because I will heat set that in just a moment. Get this back in where it belongs so it's not everywhere. Get this set aside, and I'm going to pause you while I get, oops, sorry for that glare, while I get this all cleaned up. Okay, as you can see, what I did is I used this archival ink cleaner, and I used a paper towel to clean off most of it, and then I come back with Gina K stamp cleaner and get all the residue off of it. That way the stamp is as clean as it's going to get when you use amalgam. And I did not get that on there very straight. And so let me put those aside. Don't need that anymore. And I'm going to get my Ranger heat tool. I had a little bit from my finger. Use my tweezers here. I should have had this thing heating. Trying to turn this so I can see and make sure I see when it turns. That way I can, there it goes. There it goes. I'm gonna get rid of the tweezers. Those are annoying me more than anything. Yep, there we go. There we go. Because this is going to be fun. Come on. I am not the best embosser with embossing powders, and it looks like it worked. Okay, I let that cool off just a little bit, and while that's cooling for a minute, I need to grab, I like to work on this acrylic clear block, and no, it's not going to, fold that up just a little bit. There, now it's flat. So I've got a glass mat over here. Oh, I need to pause you. I need water. Can't do watercolor without it. Okay, I am back. Got my rinse water, my clean water, and I'm using a number 2. This is from Alta New. This is not a 2. This is a, I'm not sure what size this is, but that is not a 2. This is a 2. This is a brush I got off of Amazon. And the colors I used in this, I used, oh, I am dumping water everywhere. I used dark lilac, medium lilac, plum punch, and fresh asparagus. I was not thrilled with the plum punch in there, so we're gonna leave that one out. And you're not gonna be able to see it on my, I have a glass mat, and I'm gonna take these cubes and I'm just gonna mush them down. I don't know if it'll stay in this acrylic. I'll wait for the green. So, and I've got, didn't grab a paper towel, so I'll just use this right here. All I did, worked on flat. We're gonna do what they call a wet on wet technique, because it was really fun. And I'm just keeping the water inside this top flower. And I'm going to put in a little, we're going to do the medium first. Isn't that fun? And I could probably tape this down, but I like to, in my limited experience, I like to rotate the card instead of my hand. I think that's fun and super quick, very quick. And we'll lay water down on this one over here. Oop, that's a lot of water. Okay, pick up some more of that blue, medium lilac. And again, oh, I should probably, here, let me get this done. I should have pulled you in closer, I'm sorry. You can't quite see what I'm doing there. There, that's better. That's all the way in. So we'll do this flower over here. I want the water I put down to be clean. Sorry if my hair got in the way. And this design, it's really hard to see what's the flower and what were the leaves. It did take me a while. Okay, so I probably need a little more water in that ink. There we go. And I'm just dabbing it on and letting the water that's on the paper already grab it and let it spread. We're just, like I said, we're just doing the medium right now. We'll get to a little more color there. Get to the dark here in a minute. But this is fun and relaxing. Clean that off. I see this have a little bit come out of the line here, so I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I had a little bit right here come out of the line. So I have a clean brush and I'm just trying to pick it up. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to add a little water to my dark over here. And we're just going to add some, ooh, that's too dark. There we go. It was too wet. That's what it was. There we go. Just add a little bit of shading. Try to get to the ends of the leaves. I do a very good job on this first one, getting up to the lines. But that's okay. I think that's pretty. Okay, and grab a little more color. Oops. I like the shading. It just gives it some realistic depth. I don't know about you, but I think it gives it some realistic depth. Oops, I missed part of the flower right here. There. I like that. That's very pretty. Okay, I'm going to mix a little bit of the light with the dark. See if we can add some different shading over here. I like that. I very much like that. Okay, I'm going to wipe up my palette over here. And we're going to change over to green. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to use this asparagus green, and I'm just going to moosh it off to the side here. Add a little bit of water to it. And I'm not going to pre-wet the leaves. I'm just going to lay down some color here. I love the fact that the embossing kind of controls where the water goes. Sorry if I'm not talking. This is like walking and chewing gum for me. It's a no-go. Just check my monitor to make sure I was at least in shot. Oops, got a little bit outside the lines there. That's okay. Oops. I love this look. I can't wait to put these on a card. Purple was my mom's favorite color, so it is very close to my heart. We had lilac bushes when I was growing up. Okay, I'm gonna get my smaller brush. See if I can get the stem. Oops, outside the line. That's okay. Oops, and I forgot this up here. I missed that. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, let's see. Can I add? I don't know. Looking at the monitor to see if I see anything that I need to add, and I think that's good. Let me wipe up my green ink. And get my little cup of water into the big cup. Don't need this anymore. Put that away. I think this is fun. Dry. I'm just gonna use my heat tool for a little bit. Just make sure it's dry. Before I try to die cut it. And where's the dies? Here we are. Oops. One big die. I love it. Super easy. Make sure it's all lined up. I will head over to my die cutting machine. Pray that nothing moves. I think I'm good. And here's the reveal. I think you're gonna love it. And then it's got these little pieces you just punch out. And voila. You have a beautifully done watercolor geranium. See how the one on the left has got the plum punch? There, that'll be easier. I don't know. I have no idea which one I like better. I think the one on the left has a little more depth to it with that plum punch in there. So, guess what we're gonna do? Because I still have water and wet brushes. Let's see, let's add a little bit. This is what I love about watercolor. You can always add a little more. So we're gonna, boop. We'll see if I stain this. And my clean water's gone, so we're just gonna add a little bit here. Oh, I really want that soupy. And I just want to dab just a little around. Oh yeah, I think that adds just a little bit to the flowers. Look at that. I had no idea. You'll see it here in a minute. That is amazing. That just changed everything. I think that adds so much more dimension. Just adding in just a little bit of that plum punch. Isn't that so cool? Well, thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. I know we've gone over the 30-minute mark, which I really like to keep to. But this is the Gentle Geranium stamp set. It is an incentive for the month of June when you spend $75. I think these are super fun. And I may go back and add some colors to those just to make them pop a little bit. I really like that combination. So again, thanks a bunch for joining me, and see you next time. In the meantime, happy stamping.